This is Eugene, and for my main presentation. So briefly, a talk about main idea for the whole project as after the analyze, and briefly about when we consider the climate change, like in the face of climate change challenges impacting global food supplies, it is crucial to consider how individuals should respond to the potential food crisis. And assuming that by 2050 the sea level will rise sharply, Lake Eldon will serve as a gateway to the higher ground, at which point residents from the surrounding like coastal areas will migrate to this region. And as you can see from the first time I analyzed how we can get to the Lake Eldon, and I pick up some convenient points that you can arrive as which is could be the suitable place for where we build our community, build our home boat, and our home boats were mainly about agriculture. I will call it education center, but in another word, I would call it like the garden, creating a garden. Agriculture center is kind of like garden stuff. And for the second page is what this system analyze. We can tell there's terrain over there contour, and you can see why it's called the gateway to the higher ground. And when we compete, when I turn to the first page, the surrounding areas are all mountains around, and you can tell it's 200 meters, and to the lake is 240 meters. And the surrounding hills is around 600 meters and growing higher and higher. So when like the sea level goes up, the people will just rush into this place, and the rising sea level will render coastal areas uninhabitable as well, and the lake area will become the perfect refugee place for people to live. The influx of coastal residents will have a profound impact on the local social and economic environment. Advanced planning and preparation should address potential issues of population sorting and resource shortages. And when people move in, there will be some shortage, and for now it's not happened. So it's no, so like just some imagination that the sea level will goes up, people will go into this place. We got to have something to prevent this happen. Some pioneer project. That's what I'm planning to do is, and in long term the project aims to explore how our agriculture can be integrated with communities. As a lake with more than 700 households on water, Lake Eldon is a potential pioneer testing site. As I say, you can see all along the lake, mainly in this point, there's some home boat. Yeah, and the management of the project will make the community more educational and practical, attract attention, and create lasting value. Let's see how the land use around the from big plan and showing what's the surrounding saturation, and you can tell it's a good place surrounding by those trees, those farming areas, and it's not like city. It's still got its nature on it. And that's the First Nation culture that I'm mainly interested in how they build, how the Aboriginal people build their homes by in this kind of term, and we can tell they live with the water in the Goulburn region. So mainly our project, what I consider our project to use wood in the surrounding areas, which is convenient to build and it's easy to reconstruct. And there's a history, and we can tell is Lake Eldon from the old time till now is to like serving people to get water to supply to Melbourne City, and there's the townships that are analyzed to show what's the infrastructure there. You can tell there's only home there. I can't, if I'm there, I only will be there for holiday, and I don't know what I'm going to be. So it's kind of need to create some lasting value, some educational center. It will be more fun and creating jobs, attracting people to this region, and also to get people to enjoy the life on the homeboat, to let much more people know what homeboat is. Yeah. So at the same time, the project can be considered as a merely preventive trail and at the development of the agricultural city. Specific ideas include the construction of greenhouse along, like above lake, on the lake, that will be part of the surrounding community and are designed to provide fresh product year round. And the project will also include actual gardens to support seasonal farming in collective housing. And there's some examples, and you can analyze some houseboats, not in Lake Eldon. You can see the diversity of different houseboats can be. When gathered around this, look pretty nice. I think Lake Eldon should have some similar feature, like much more diversity, much more color, rather than like some single piece. But it's a little bit messy. You can tell it's a little bit messy in the water when it's coming to the water. But here is nice. I can't tell it's bad or not. But I consider, in my mind, I consider when there is a port, like this huge boat serve as a port. Some part of it connect with the land, some part of it extends into the water, and when we gather these things around the large home boat, well, what can it be? And in this case, it shows perfectly what I can use. The first layers showing how the trucks can go through to get the farm things, and where the staff working on this, and how you can imagine how it attracts people. Yeah, some industrial things. In that point, Lake Eldon will become some sort of industrial center that is agriculture. Yeah, that's one of the agricultural example I researched, and it's in Spanish, but in that point I can understand what the agriculture center should have. As in this name means explanation center. Why we should work on the agriculture and how the water collective, how we grow plants at this point above the water. And from a current perspective alone, this integrates through and to create a sustainable urban agriculture environment that provides fresh, locally produced food for the city dwellers, connects between urban and rural areas, and improving improves food security and sustainability in the community, and what both the city people and the local community make the regional, make the lake regional become a better place for people want to move in, want to experience some life above water and get people more interested into agriculture. As I notice, people are getting their curious about agriculture time to time as you are living in the city. And there's what I think it might be. There will be some seed bank over here. There's a seed bank. There's a greenhouse. This is how it's kind of show how it connect. There's a regular house and the scale how it connect with the land and the light. And this one is not showing this picture. It's an actual thing that when people gather around, how they can plug into this huge structure and become into one home boat. And some of them can be defined as farm, and some of them will be some residential area, and you can place some school over here, but this one is mainly for the agriculture and how people get into the how the trucks go into how it's loading things from this to place. The project aims to create an agriculture center that explores the potential of solarless vegetable growing in the future environment. In other words, is a water-based farm, which I refer to as a garden. And this, give it some time and I will explain. And there's the mass model. That's how it could be look like, how the floating market, theater, beer things, and this one is here and here. This tiny things is when you drive a home boat, you can attach it and get into the society, get into the theater. And the expensive interconnected contours from the garden will also leave space for late public activities and systems. The agricultural interpretation center acts as a bridge between two worlds, one managing the garden and the other educating the public and actors, protecting local species and ensuring the maintenance and development of organic farming techniques. At the same time, the project will create a new hub in the area to promote the development of the surrounding region. The entire structure was built using wood, as I can see it for now, allowing for easy reconstruction or modification to adapt future environmental changes. Within the provided framework is the design intends to create an edible floating community while fully respecting the needs of the residents. This approach enables the community to be flexible, dynamic, and regionally distinctive. Thank you. That's all for the presentation.